Hi, ladies, Mr. O'Sullivan. Today we're going to look at day 2 of arithmetic sequences. Today's learning target is I can apply my knowledge of arithmetic sequences by writing an explicit rule. This is built off of yesterday's lesson, so we're going to just do a little more practice. There is no delta math. The only delta math you're doing is the one that was for yesterday's lesson. So here in our box is our formula that we would use to find the explicit term or write our explicit rule for arithmetic sequence. I prefer to write it how it is in highlighter right over here, where it says a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1, where a sub 1 is your first term of the sequence and your d is what you're going up or down by each time. So let's go over some practice problems. If you notice, not all the problems are going to look like this box. You will just need to go right into it and find the sequence rule. So the first thing we have is we have a sequence 100, 97, 94, 91, and we want to know, is it arithmetic? Well, is it? So let's look. If I go from 100 to 97, I go down by 3. If I go from 97 to 94, I go down by 3. If I go from 94 to 91, I also go down by 3. So I'm constantly going down by 3. So that means it is arithmetic. Part B says, what is your common difference? Well, if you look, your common difference is what you're going up or down by each time. So my common difference in this case is -3. Now, part C says, if it's arithmetic, write the explicit formula. So let's do it. We know a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1. I'm actually going to bring it up and then bring it down. So we know a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1. So we have a sub n equals a sub 1, which is our first term. So our first term is 100, plus our common difference, which is a -3. So -3 times n minus 1. We can leave it like that, or we can distribute and then combine like terms. So I'm going to distribute and combine like terms. So I get a sub n equals 100 minus 3n plus 3, because -3 times -1 is a positive 3. I'm now going to combine my like terms of 103, and I get a sub n is equal to -3n plus 103. And that's my explicit rule. So I'm going to bring it down here. And that'd be your final answer for that part. Okay, so now for each of the following, write an explicit formula and determine the specified term. You're only going to find the explicit formula and the specified term if your sequence is arithmetic. Okay? So in this question, I have 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, ... It goes on forever and ever and ever. So if I start at 2 and go to 5, and then 8, and then 11, and then 14, I keep on going up by 3. So I go up by 3, up by 3, up by 3. So it is arithmetic. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and write our arithmetic sequence rule. So we have a sub n equals a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1. So we know a sub 1 is 2. So I have 2 plus 3, because that's my common difference, times n minus 1. And I can leave it like that, or distribute and combine like terms. That's what I'm going to do. So I distribute my 3, and I get a sub n equals 2 plus 3n, because 3 times n is 3n. 3 times minus 1 is a minus 3. What's 2 minus 3? -1. So a sub n is equal to 3n minus 1. And that's your final answer. Now, if it's arithmetic, which it is because we just wrote our rule, we're now going to find the 20th term. So we're basically just going to plug in 20 to our sequence rule. So a sub 20 equals 3 times 20 minus 1. You can type it in your calculator, or you can think aloud. 3 times 20 is 60. 60 minus 1 is 59. So my 20th term is 59. Okay, let's go on to our next one. So in this one, we have 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Looks a little weird. Part A says, write an explicit formula to find the nth term. So let's look. First, we have to figure out, is it arithmetic? So go up 1, 1 to 0, I go down 1, 0 to 1, I go up 1, 1 to 0, I go down 1, 0 to 1, I go up 1. So since I'm not going up by 1 all the time or going down by 1 all the time, this is not arithmetic. So I can't do any of these. So not arithmetic. So we can't even do the next one because we only want to do them if they're arithmetic. Okay, number 3, we have -1, -3, -5, -7. Let's see. It looks arithmetic. Let's just double check. I keep on going deeper into the negative number, so I'm going to have a negative number, so I keep on going back by 2. Good. So I'm going by -2. So I have a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1. My first term of my sequence is a -1. My common difference is -2. And I can leave it like this. We're simple distributed and combined like terms, so I'm going to do that. So I have a sub n equals -1 minus 2n plus 2. Combine your like terms, you get a sub n equals -2n. 2 minus 1 is 1, so -2n plus 1. And that's your final answer. The next question says, if it's arithmetic, find your 10th term. So I'm going to plug in 10 for n. So I have a sub 10 equals -2 times 10 plus 1. And again, try to do it in your head. -2 times 10 is -20. -20 plus 1 is -19. Let's go into a word problem. Casey has not been checking iLearn on a daily basis. She's been missing all the important announcements for her classes, but she did notice that the daily number of announcements follow an arithmetic sequence. If she receives 7 announcements on day 1, 10 announcements on day 2, 13 on day 3, how many will she have received on day 50? So what we need to know is we need to, 1, figure out what our common difference is, and then write our explicit rule, and then we're going to plug in 50 for n. So I'm actually going to list out our terms. So we have a 7, a 10, a 13, and then it goes on for endeavor. When I go from 7 to 10, I go up by 3. 10 to 13, I also go up by 3. So I know that my sequence rule is arithmetic. Even though it said it was arithmetic, we had to just, make sure. So I rewrite my rule. So a sub n equals a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1. A sub 1 is my first term. My first term is a 7. My common difference is what I'm going up or down by, so it's a 3. And that's my rule. I'm going to distribute and then combine. So 3 times n is 3n. So I have 7 plus 3n minus 3. Combine the 7 and minus 3. I get 3n plus 4. And now I want to find out how many she got on day 50. So I'm going to plug in 50 for n. So everywhere I see an n, I substitute a 50. 3 times 50 is 150, plus 4 is 154. And that's your final answer. And that's it. If you have any questions, email myself or Ms. Townsend. Have a great day, ladies.